Vroom. Was I not looking beautiful, guys, with this note in my mouth? Anyways, that was just to entertain you people, because in today's episode we'll be dealing with the second house, and second house is the house that deals with beauty. That's why I was wearing, I was trying to become a clown, because that's probably the only way I can look good. I am not facially very beautiful, maybe so, and it's the house of wealth. So guys, let's get real, and since I just told you that it is the house of wealth, beauty, in the second house episodes we'll be dealing with what are the significances and the attributes that are associated with the second house in Vedic astrology. But above everything, second house is the house that deals with the materialistic pursuits of life, and it's the house that deals with wealth. And that's why this house might be catching the attention all you worldwide audiences, whether you are an Indian or whether you are a Latin American or whether you are somebody from the African origin, because wealth is something that the human race has been mad for centuries. And this wealth thing is one of the most powerful thing, at least in this shrewd and modern day Asian era. So let's get started, guys, with the very first point that we'll be discussing in the second house. So what does the second house in the Vedic astrology say? Read it out here, guys. Why do you expect me to do all for you? Anyways, this is the price the teacher has to pay. So second house in Vedic astrology is the house of wealth, like I told you. Difference between the second house, sixth house and 11th house. Okay. Well, second house in Vedic astrology is definitely a house of wealth. But wealth in Vedic astrology is just not only from the second house. Wealth in Vedic astrology is just from the three houses, that is the second house, sixth house and the 11th house. All those three houses are to be cumulatively taken into consideration when it comes to deciphering out, or when it comes to judging that how much wealth will a person be able to amass or garner in his career. We cannot solely take into consideration the second house to make the final prediction as to how much amount of wealth will the person be able to amass in his career. And this is probably a misconception that is related to the second house. That second house, most of the people, as they believe, is that it's the only house that we can judge wealth from. But the situation is quite different, and we got to do the in-depth analysis or study, do the in-depth analysis of the second house to know that yes, it deals with wealth, but what kind of a wealth does it deal with? Well, when I'll give you an example. I told you that wealth in Vedic astrology is seen from the second house, sixth house and the 11th house. All of these houses deal with wealth for sure. There is absolutely no doubt that all these houses, even the second house, sixth house and 11th house, all these houses deal with money, and this is irrevocably and undisputably true. But when it comes to wealth is also can be categorized into, or it can be bifurcated into the different forms. So let's suppose I am earning $1,000 a month, or if I am earning $10,000 a month, all this, whatever I am currently earning, whatever are my current gains, or whatever are my losses, or whatever wealth I am currently accumulated, that is not seen from the second house. So whatever you might you might be working in a MNC and your package could be 2 lakhs per month, or your package could be 20 lakhs per month, and this thing is not seen from the second house at all. This thing is actually seen from the 11th house in Vedic astrology, which is the house of your incoming gains, the incoming wealth that flows into your bank account. And where does the second house come into picture? Well, second house comes in, is associated with wealth, or it comes into picture regarding when we discuss the wealth aspect in Vedic astrology, because second house is the house of savings, second house is the house of bank balance, second house is the house of the preserved wealth. So second house doesn't determine whether you are earning $1,000 a month or $10,000 of the month a month. It is the house that decides that what is that is left in your bank account, what is the money that you are left with at the end of that month, what is that savings that you have made after incurring all the expenditure, after discharging all your duties, after paying the house rents, the educational expenses, the telephone bills, and whatever obligations you got to fulfill. What is that you have got at the end of the month in your bank account as savings? This is seen from the second house. And other than that, second house and sixth house in Vedic astrology, both of these cumulatively also tell that how intelligent and how prudent, how discreet you are when it comes not only to preserving wealth but also investing that preserved wealth in the ventures wherein you are trying to multiply the wealth that you have saved. So let's suppose, like in the previous example, I told you that if you are earning $10,000 or $1 million or $1,000 a month, but if you are left with that $100, then that $100 is what is seen from the second house. And the second house and the sixth house deal with what amount of wealth you make with that $100 that you have saved, whether you screw up those $100, whether you convert those $100 into the $500 or the $5,000 by investing it into ventures, by investing it into shares, or by investing into anything that you consider would give you more returns.